And it's the 4 o'clock. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
I'm back.
All right. Just need a few more minutes here.
I'm back. Address. Okay. Purpose of the client over expectations for the client. Pay and value of the work. Minimum criteria for scope. Example scope and agreement. Example client contract before minimum criteria for scope logo, address, bullet point of client expectations, description of client expectation, benefits of for SVG including compensation. For the agreement details, how payment are processed. This is interesting.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Okay.
Agreement parties on purpose. Drafting form.
Minimum criteria logo address. Okay. It is a kind of okay. Land on. So okay.
So does the minimum criteria make sense more or less, or what?
Minimum
Yes, it makes sense to me.
other agreements, benefits, including. Yeah, it makes an example around this. Let me open. Oh, draft of agreement. Contract. Cheaper with the money. Agreement. I think it's good.
Okay, so for this, so we need a logo first step.
This logo, is it the same logo that is on this document?
No, we need to create a logo.
A different one?
Not necessarily.
I'm sure.
Okay,
Okay.
then we can copy this Duran logo, put there.
I don't think it's really a big deal. I think it's the least of our problems.
Okay,
Okay.
so let me get water.
Purpose of the plan. Purpose of the landmark. Solutions and P and value. So Jay, we're going to start with minimum criteria for proposal, right? Let's draft a proposal.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
I sound like okay. So confident. So are we done on minimum criteria? Yeah, complete the
Yeah,
process.
I think we should start now with the minimum criteria for proposal. We should start with the proposal. I believe that's the next step. Am I correct, Jay?
I don't know. Maybe we should get organized overall and see what the priority is. I mean, you guys said you wanted to focus
Yeah.
on the scope and the agreement, So I mean,
Yeah.
that's fine if that's what you want to do. But I just don't necessarily know if that's like the only thing that needs to be done. I think there's a lot of other issues that we currently have with the project.
Yeah, we just need to
Let's list all
prioritize.
the issues then. All the
Yes, let's
issues.
list all and then
Okay, minimum criteria. You say purpose of decline or expectation, pay value, period. Is it a period of the work? When is the work is expected to be done? Or still under client expectation? That's it. When and when. And who is responsible?
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Does it make sense? I put a minimum criteria when and who is responsible for the work.
where? Why did you put that?
Oh,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no, not.
Open measure process.
Because for the work to be done with
All right,
less
let's make a
responsibility.
list. Let's do a list of priorities. That sound good?
Yes,
Yes.
Jay.
I don't think we have a priorities list yet. So for me, the most important priority is ensuring the funds are spent well, right? So we need criteria for minimum criteria for what types of projects the money is spent on, right? So we need to focus on only projects which bring in more money, right? So if we're spending this money needs to be spent on projects that bring in more money. Otherwise, there's just no point for them to be investing, right? For the client to be investing in a BGC trust. So from there, some of the main issues is does BJC Trust directly invest in multiple programs? So we would need separate models for each individual investment, or to create the overall umbrella holding company to oversee all of the funds from BJC Trust. So that is definitely one of the big questions. I think we were thinking about going the direction of just doing multiple programs because this would be easier, but then we have to replicate many times as opposed to just doing one. So there's pros and cons. So we could review pros and cons of doing one single holding project versus multiple separate
Time
investments.
to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Ooh, stretch. All right, so then that brings us to not running out of money. So then we have to consider issues related to actual trust funds or the mini endowment funds, right? Mini endowment funds. So the mini endowment funds usually 4%, right? So the question would be how to keep within budget but also have enough money. So also we could consider to create separate business entities that do not operate on the 4%. And then also we need to make sure that Jay is not getting screwed and losing all the money. And we create a model for Jay getting paid as well. So these are all the things that we need to consider.
Okay. What?
So anyways, there's definitely a lot of priorities and issues and questions that still need to be answered to get it all set up properly. But we also
Yeah.
need to do the sponsorship agreement, and then we have the client scope agreement, and there may be multiple. So anyways, going through some of the problems, like let's say we split up the money, we do $5,000. We do $5,000, 4% of $5,000 is now a very small amount of money. That's only $200 a month.
So now, When you say consider
Time
issue
to
related,
pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
this issue, consider issue related to actual mini endo fund. What does that mean? 4%.
We're supposed to be spending 4% a month, but we spend way more, and then we just take all the money, and it's all gone now. So we just spend way more than we're supposed to, and we're always in the red month after month after month, and we just take all the money, and then we don't do the work, all the work, and then we never replenish any money, so it's just all gone. So we're just breaking so many layers of policies. Like we're never supposed to be spending more than the 4%, but we always do because everybody wants more and more money. And you and Ateh both increase your pay rates up, 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 up. And I get nothing because I have my pay rate has to go down, 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 down to pay you guys more and more and more and more and more. Does that make sense? You don't get it.
I'm getting it.
So you don't really understand. So anyways, the goal is trying to set this up in a way that makes sense. So let's say we get $30,000 at 4% of $30,000 would be $1,200 per month. That would be the amount of money we're supposed to spend if we were doing everything properly according to our agreements, right? So that would
So if you are doing all the client work, everything, it should be $12,000 a month.
what do you mean $12,000 a month?
You said 1,000. So you said
One
4% of 30,000 is how much? It's 12,000, right?
No,
1,200.
$1,200. And this should include all bills and all HR budgets, right?
For doing all the client work.
everything.
I'm not saying we're going to do everything. I'm just saying that this is the money that we have. We budget, our current budget is like typically around $5,000 a month, which is way over budget, right? We're always over budget. If you look at the allocation, we're usually like $4,000 or $5,000 over budget, right? Because we have more work to do. But the idea is that we invest in getting the work done, but it doesn't actually work. Like the client is investing all of this extra money to just hope and pray that
Time
we're
is
going
up.
to make
Please
the money
stop and
back.
get ready. Now inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
So the client's investing all this extra money hoping to get the money back, but then it never happens. We just get, the client gets screwed, and then none of the other work gets done. So we do like the minimal work to get the work done. We don't actually bring in any more money for the client. So it's just not sustainable, right? Like we can't be endlessly going over budget all of the time just to get everybody paid a bunch of money and then not do all of the work. We need to figure out something like basically we shouldn't be going over budget if we're not getting work done. So then this brings up the new thing. So under the old, let's just call this the old model, right? Right? So then we can think about the new model. So the new model, if we go for it co-op, co-op 2.0, co-op 1.0, right? So the new model, there's this whole new policy, which is like, the client can set aside money for actual deliverables, right? So that maybe we have, like, let's say we cut the money in half, right? So we have $15,000 at 4%, which is $800 a month. So let's say we have $1,000 a month in the old model for co-op 1.0 and just trying to like move the money forward and figure something out. But then the other $15,000 is going to be spent only on deliverables for specific output that creates more value and income. So this might be like a one-time payment to create more value and money. Let's try to find an example, right? So you could say like, okay, we'll pay $200 to fund a advertising campaign for the token. But before we do the token and do the advertising campaign, maybe we need to make a public landing page. So maybe $200 to complete a website, a public website and landing page for information about our token, and then we do
Please
advertising.
stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So this would be like $500 with the hope of getting back the $500 by selling more tokens. Right? So we're connecting the payments of the money to bringing more money in, right? So ideally, this $500 will create $500 plus of revenue for our token. Anyways, I don't know exactly how to structure it, but that certainly gives a lot more flexibility that we would be able to do that.
Yeah.
Another thing we could consider is saying, okay, we have $15,000 for SFC client work, SFC FQN Co-op 2.0 client work. I don't know if we're going to continue Co-op 1.0 funding. I mean, maybe we could do, $5,000 for Co-op 1.0. I don't know. We just have to see about how we want to deal with Co-op 1.0. Yeah. But, maybe that's a possibility. And then we can say, okay, well, $10,000. Well, no, let's do at least, we need to do at least, let's do like this. We'll do $15,000, maybe set aside for activity and J payments, right? If we actually like set aside money for me, and then it would be $10,000 for FQN Co-op 2.0 client work, and $5,000 for SFC FQN Co-op 1.0 client work. If we do still have people in Co-op 1.0. And then this should equal $30,000. Yeah. So then this would solve the problem about me getting paid. So if we set aside money for me.
Break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
If we set aside money for me, then at least we're getting some guarantee that I'll get paid. So this would go into the activity trust, right? And then the FQN F Co-op $10,000. I mean, it's a lot of money. Spending another $15,000 on FQN and Co-op. So then from there, it's just a matter of making sure the money is aligned with deliverables that actually create value. So we would need a list of deliverables. So this is another priority, is a list of specific deliverables that create direct value for the client. right? So this is basically bringing
Mm-hmm.
in for investors, right? Yeah, money. Cool. So I think that is pretty good. So then the next issue is actually addressing how the money is organized.
Mm-hmm. So by setting this 15,000, is it for the whole of the project or for the month?
Is the money we are going to get from? Is the money we are going to get
For the new contract.
from? Yes.
Yeah, and so then so let's say that the new token is worth 1 penny. So if the new token's worth 1 penny, then we would need to give BJC 3 million tokens. So if each token is worth 1 penny, then we would need to give 3 million tokens to BJC for $30,000. So then the question is, what token is this going to be?
Oh.
Will this be UET tokens? You know, what token is this going to be for the value, right?
I
So that's
think
what
the token, the output token maybe.
no, we're creating a new token. But it's not going to be a co-op token. It's a different token.
Okay. So after it.
So
We
one
okay. We equally talked yesterday about activity tokens, right?
we did talk about activity tokens. So this comes back to the issue. So this is really the bottom line, most important issue, because
Mm-hmm.
if if we get I mean the question is here is just copy and paste here. So right now all the money is in BJC, right? Trust. So money is in BJC Trust. So then the question is how to get the money out of BJC Trust while keeping the value on the balance sheet. So we know we're going to be transferring tokens, right? And we can also look at the current balance sheet of BJC. So let's just take a look at the current balance sheet of BJC just for fun. So we know what exactly we are looking at, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the current BJC Trust holding balance sheet. Line 104.
Yes. Need access? Did you give me access, Jay?
Hold on a sec.
Okay.
So what's your count?
The spreadsheet you linked on
What's the
line
count for?
104. Pardon?
Locodo Lucy? Is that
I
Ah,
think
it's Ateh. It's Ateh. It's Ateh.
Ateh? What do you mean?
Um, I'm the one that said I need access to the spreadsheet.
Oh, so Lucy already has access?
no, I don't have access.
So
Ah, okay.
Lucy's FQN admin, FQN X
Yes,
admin?
FQN admin.
Okay, so what about you, Ateh? What's the account?
It's
And
favor.
before time to start, please get focused on the session.
It's favor.
FUR
FAVOR.
FA. Okay, there it is. Okay, good. All right.
Okay.
So if you go to the FQN SFC diverge root, this is the current value that we already have in tokens. And I don't know if this is actually updated. So we could actually verify whether or not this is correct and updated.
Really good. Let me see.
So this doesn't include anything for base. So you can check out base scan.
Yeah, I'm checking this. Base scan is 170. BNB 170.
Well, no, these do have base scan. No, that's
Okay.
BSC scan. I see. So it's BSC scan, there's polyscan. So this is account slash chain. The polygon,
Link
BSC.
spreadsheet.
And then the question is, do we have base scan?
When I check the values,
No, I don't see anything. So there's no SFC tokens, but if we did bring SFC tokens, this is where they would be. So you can see the number of tokens,
SFC.
right? So there's 93,000 TEAD.
In Matic.
No, that's not matter.
Or asset.
So maybe we should switch this around or something. I don't know. Or we could just put it again, right? We put the asset again. Symbol.
80
Time to
tokens.
pause.
Hey.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Is that better? Is that clearer right there? So 93,000, 90,
Yes.
973. No, this is 973 tokens. All right, so this actually needs to go like that, there.
Oh,
So it's 973 tokens. Then there's 398,000 J508,
then
0.07 JJS2. Although I think we might have gotten rid of those. 0.155 LFR. And then we have 65
65.
GXRD and 3000 A9A9. Okay, so these are the current tokens in the BJC holdings. I don't know what the exact value is. The value is obviously old, so we can make that orange because it's not updated. So we'd have to go through the value of each token. But it's pretty easy. Like we could verify TEAD real quick, see how much it's worth. So basically we would have a token, for example, it would be 3 million tokens at 1 cent. And so on the BJC balance sheet, it would have $30,000. Okay, so we're trying to take, so TAD is 143 right now. So we're trying to take this balance sheet, we're trying to increase it from $1,000 to like 30,000. Okay.
Okay.
So we would just add the additional token. So if we did multiple, it would just be multiple different tokens in different amounts. Like if we put some in different types of tokens, they would all show up here. So that would be like the issue. But then the other option is basically investing in a single program. So what we called it before is there's the UET token, and then we'd have the UET fund. So the UET fund would oversee investments into various tokens within the UET ecosystem, whereas the UET token itself would be the actual value of the token. So basically the idea is that you could have the UET token.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
So if we just did the UET token and then create the UET fund, the UET fund could oversee the value of the token, and then the token itself could be a single transfer for the $30,000 for the 3 million tokens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it could all just be one token. Have access to all of the money all at once to oversee within the fund. So there'd be $30,000 in the fund. And then the first thing we would do is we'd want to fund the token, right? So if we have $30,000, obviously we don't put all of the money into the token, but maybe we could put, you know, $10,000 into the token to back the $3 million, right? So each token would be worth 1 penny at $3 million. And then if we did 10,000 tokens, we would need a liquidity of um, so 100, it would be $10,000 divided by a penny. This is equal to $10,000 divided by a penny would be a million. There would be a liquidity of 1 million tokens. So it'd be like 1/3. So $10,000 would be about 1/3. So if we put 1/3 of the money into the token, we would have 1 million tokens. So the total number of tokens that would exist would be 4 million tokens. So there'd be 100 million tokens in liquidity. There'd be 100 million tokens on the token spreadsheet, and the total tokens would be 4 million tokens.
So the client expect 4 million tokens?
No, this has nothing to do with the client at all. This is all about just getting access to the money.
Oh, okay.
So BJC is investing in Umbrella Everything token, right? The UET token. And so it would get 3 million tokens if the tokens were worth a penny. If the tokens are worth more than a penny, it would be different, but it's like it doesn't really matter what the tokens are worth. The point is that the UET tokens, the UET is getting a bunch of tokens. The UET fund is overseeing the money, and the first thing we do.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
The first thing you would do is put a bunch of backing of the actual tokens and value into the token to create the token, right? Because we're creating the token. Because we have to send the 3 million tokens for the $30,000. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if we put 10,000 of the 30,000, that would leave $20,000 to continue to be able to invest and do other things with it within the UET fund. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And that would be able to get everything started. So then we could spend we would have $20,000 to actually start spending on, work for you, Umbrella Everything token for the tokens, right? For the UET. So the other alternative would just be doing like the $5,000, right? So that would be just doing it all together in one, right? So the other model, you could get rid of the UET fund, skip the UET fund, and then just do UET token, and then put like $5,000 in UET token. And then we talked about putting maybe $5,000 into activity. And then we talked about maybe putting, $5,000 into the co-op fundraising, and then maybe there was Umbrella Media, right? So the media, and we put like $5,000 into UMC, right? So we talked about the $20,000, right? So that is basically the other option. And then each of these tokens would need to be put on the balance sheet. And we'd need to set up the tokens properly for each one of these, and then transfer the tokens over. So we kind of have to do this anyways if they're doing the UET fund, and as we're building all the token models. So, I don't know if we want the tokens to be directly overseen by BJC Trust, or if we want want it done within the UET fund, right? Oversee all of the other tokens that support UET. So again, I'm just not really sure how to set it up and how we want to do it. If we want to do it just individually, one at a time, or we want to just get it all done all at once, so we get all the money and just one.
Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So we can certainly look at the pros and cons to each if we want to do that.
Yeah.
I doubt you guys would write it down, so I'll probably just have to do it myself. So if we do pros, so we have BJC Trust Holdings overseeing token project tokens, right? And then we go through pros and we go through cons. And then we have UET Fund Holdings overseeing project tokens. Pros and cons. So can you think of any pros and cons of each one? So I guess that's a no. So let's go through pros of BJC Trust of the UGT Fund Holdings. One pro is that it's just like can do the full $30,000 all at once to get all the money out of BJC Trust and be able to start budgeting it. So that would be a pro. The con obviously would be it's a bigger, more detailed project and could take longer to set up and verify every detail because it's a lot more money.
Yeah, it's too expensive, yes. A lot of money.
So one of the pros for BJC Trust Holdings would be like this is a smaller amounts of money can be approved and moved forward faster. The con is that it's obviously like smaller amounts mean, especially with the 4%, if we're doing the 4% model, it's just not a lot of money to be accessing little by little, so just it might take longer to set up and get access to all the money. So one pro is like doing one project at a time and
Time to
verifying
pause.
settlements.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So in terms of doing the one project at a time, this actually might help the Umbrella Everything token be more functional, because the Umbrella Everything token will just, as we get all the other projects set up, the tokens will sync into the Umbrella Everything token. So that will actually help get everything set up properly.
Guys, please, for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Another con for UET might be that we have to, would probably need to do the sub token investing anyways, since the fund would be overseeing its own investments and sub tokens. So I guess in that context, the pro on that would be that we can eventually do the UET fund anyways, as as it gets set up properly in the future. So I think as we're going through this, it seems to me that we're waiting pros for the BJC Trust holdings. So even though it's a little bit, takes a little longer, it's a little bit more work, I think it would actually set things up properly. And then over time, as we get the UET set up properly and we actually are starting to build all of the sub tokens, then the UET fund itself would just come into being and would actually get set up in the future as part of the whole project. So it seems to me like it's better to focus on BJC Trust actually
Holding.
supporting each individual entity over time and just sort of like doing it little by little. um, which will take longer, but it will be much more, it would lead to better outcomes, right?
Yeah. Instead of doing more and we don't get better outcome.
So we want to build the structures in a stable and long-term.
I'm back.
Time for breath. Please
long,
stop and get ready. Now inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
So from reviewing this, it seems like all the pros sort of lead towards the BJC Trust Holdings overseeing the project tokens. So I think that's the direction that we want to go for that, which means that we just want to do we just want to do one project at a time. So it's going to be a lot of smaller amounts of money, one project at a time. So it is going to take longer, but I think it will be worth it over the long run. Okay, so we can start with these projects. So every single project. So does that sound good? Do you guys think that sounds like the right thing? The BJC Trust Holdings would oversee all of the project value.
Yeah. For me, I have no problem. It's good.
So, okay, Jay, if you want to go this way, the new model co-op 2.0, where 5,000 is for SFC 2.1.0, 10,000 for SFC FKN 2.0.
Well, no, that's the model where we just transferred $30,000 all at once. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
with this new model where we're transferring the money separately, it would be a little bit different. So let's revisit and see what that might look like. Okay.
Yeah, so I want to know the difference between this new model 2.0 and the BJC Trust.
Yeah. All right. So I'm down to line 150, right? So 150, the question we're asking is uh, which projects do we support? Do which projects does BJC Trust support and how much? Here, hold on. I take a little break here. Let me answer this.
Okay.
Yeah. Break. Hello? Yeah, my dear,
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Open. The eyes is open. The eyes are it.
What happened to the eyes?
I say open your eyes. this rhythm. The eyes have it. The rhythm.
Oh.
So this project is basically just about transferring money.
Yes, but before the money is being transferred, we need to send the tokens. So it will be something like tokens, money.
Okay. And where is this money coming from?
From activity, I think so. The money is coming from activity to BJC Trust.
So Jay is the one investing his money or
His
different part.
tokens.
He's talking. Okay.
Let me see. Let me see that note of yesterday. Ouch. Yes. So the
Mm-hmm.
money is coming from BJC Trust.
Mm-hmm.
BJC Trust is sending money to new company, and then new company now will send the tokens to BJC Trust. That's why you see, we want to create the token for UET and UMC.
Oh, so you BJ is investing his token.
Yes, yes, he's sending money to the new client, and the new client is sending tokens to BJC Trust. And yesterday we said the tokens will be
Break.
UET,
Write down
UMC
what you're
activity,
about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
and SIM.
So my question is, how is the client benefiting from using his money to us?
He receives the token, and the token will be in, will you have tokens mining. You
It's
can
like
sell.
call. Maybe okay. Show me. I'm like, how can anyway? Let's take a break. I like that question. For 6 minute break.
Yes, 6 minutes.